Hello everybody, and welcome to another video with me, your boy, and we're going to be talking about Mario+Rabbids Sparks of Hope. So we're just going to go through the list of characters and their attributes. I have my thing and so that sound a little weird. First up, we got Mario and Starburst. He is, of course, the main hero. Yeah, let's just go through him. I'm also going to tell you who's going to be on my team. And yeah, first of all, we got Mario, and honestly, I don't think he's going to be on my team, just because he was on my team the whole time during King of Battle, so I was trying to change it up a little bit. So first of all, we're going to be what we have here. Main hero of the Mushroom Kingdom takes on the mission that saves Sparks and many beautiful world to galactic threat of Curacao. Mario is always bright and cheerful. He is instantly recognizable with his blue overalls, red cap, and trademark mustache. He's always ready to step up when good needs to prevail through acts of bravery. Just like the second paragraph is like their weapons and abilities. So Mario can target two enemies at the same time thanks to his dual stamina. And his signature technique, Hero Sight, lets him react and shoot enemies immediately in his range. His skill tree lets him unlock powerful stomp ability, even fire enemies from the air during a team jump, giving him an elevated tactical advantage. Okay, so I'll take these out. So yeah, he has the dual slingers, which you can see him holding right here. Basically, he just aim onto two different people using that weapon and just take them out. Or he can aim onto one person using both weapons, dealing double damage. His technique is Hero Sight, which if a person is moving in his range, an enemy is moving in his range, he would just blast him. He can learn Stomp ability, which he had last time, basically the same, except that it actually resets Bebo's flying thing, so you can just go farther while flying. And he can shoot with team jump, which is actually kind of overpowered, which makes, I think they just gave them that extra ability just because people still want to, they want to, they want people to still use him, and yeah, so I'm not going to fall for that. I'm not going to use him during my playthrough, which I will be recording on here. So yeah, his spark is Starburst, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because we're short on time, but it basically just makes all people in his range power up. Next we have Rabbid Peach, and so she is very overpowered, also not going to be on the team, sadly, but, you know, because you had to be her, you started with her in King of Battle, and you had to be her the whole time during the DLC. And, well, I'm still going to use it a little bit, but not as much as people I will main, so always on the lookout for the perfect modes. Social media angle. Rabbid Peach is a true diva. Great explosion would make an amazing backdrop, and vanquished enemies make for a perfect props. Think the dark message to improve the view a little bit, would ya? Don't forget to follow her on her Instagram or whatever. In the abilities, her Turbo Troll will fire 3 times and find the way behind or even destroy many covers. That's not all she offers though. With her amazing technique, she can heal her friends in a radius, and with some skillful insight, she can learn powerful healing jump, which is really overpowered because, first of all, she can just heal, which is an amazing heal thing, which she had from last time, but she also takes Peach's healing jump, which is even more healing, which is really overpowered. The only downside of her is that she has her weapon isn't that good. It can go above covers. I don't know if it can go like around or anything, which basically what that means is there's no sighting thing for her. She can always hit somebody. Yeah, and she can only lock onto one person, which is kind of bad. And then Pyrogeddon, basically just shoots down these flaming meteors. That would be really good. Next up, we got Bowser, and literally, probably everyone ever is going to have Bowser on the team, and I am definitely going to have Bowser on the team. First of all, because I just love being the villains in games that are always more interesting, in my opinion, than the heroes. But yeah, he's also really good, and let's just read him. King Koopa's and Mario's arch rival has had his forces stolen by Cursa. He's not happy about that. He joins the heroes in the Uneasy Alliance on a quest to regain his status and take his revenge. Abilities: with his supreme strength, he wields the massive bazooka, able to fire flaming rocks and do great damage to any nearby enemies. He will also summon target-seeking rabid mech Koopas to command, and you'll find that he could learn to make a truly devastating impact after he lands after a jump. When he lands after a jump. He was really good. He's more about damage and taking damage than like moving and doing like slide attacks. I think his bad things is I don't think he has a lot of range, and he does not have a lot of maneuverability. I don't know how to talk. He can't move a lot in a bigger area. He has Bazooka, which basically just shoots rocket. It's basically the rocket that Yoshi and Rabbid Luigi had from the last game. And I have to talk about this a little bit, but you can't attack your own people now. So anything that can like attacks in a radius will not affect. There's no friendly fire, so it won't affect your teammates, which is really good for this game. He will summon targets seeking mech Koopas, so I don't know how this works. Probably like the little go-kart guys from the last game, but yeah, Red Mech Koopa, you can't really, I still don't really know what it looks like. All I know is from the recent trailer with the Wiggler, battle, basically it looks kind of like a rabbit's. It showed a picture of its head, and it looks like a rabbit head stuck in with the little mouth of the Mech Koopa strapped on in front of it. And he has Yoshi's jump impact, which is really good. Exosphere, this guy up here, basically just makes you more tanky. You can take more damage. Next up we got Edge. She's definitely not going to be on my team, even though she is a new character and she looks pretty cool. By the way, she is basically Bowser. Like, the hair, the eyebrows. She has sharp teeth and like a glowing mouth. Like a fiery mouth. It's just Bowser, but rapid and girl. So yeah, weird. And Jeff doesn't have that weird, like, mouth thing, language, like regular Rabbids do. But, here's the thing. Edge is uncompromising. Her only goal is to save the galaxy, and nothing get in her way. Her mysterious past lies hidden in shadows, but her sense of justice and rebellious nature is bright as day. Her bravery is only matched by her pride, and she will not give up until all stars are saved from Curse's grasp. Next, her abilities is, with her Flying Blade, she excels at damaging multiple enemies in a row. And with her impressive Stormblade technique, she will surprise any enemies that try to approach. With time and experience, Edge can also learn how to dash multiple enemies in one turn. Watch out! So yeah, she's gonna be good basically only for dealing damage, not for anything else. She's just excels at dealing damage to multiple enemies, which her sword will go through, like as I say, there's an enemy here, it throws her sword from here, hits this enemy, comes back, hits this enemy again, that hits this enemy. So yeah, you're gonna do a lot of damage, and she can attack during uh, while the enemies are moving, and she can dash multiple enemies, which is actually pretty good because there's certain sparks like this one, the vamp dash spark, that you can actually give an effect to your dash. So like you can dash, and as vamp dash is, it basically just steals health from the enemy. So yeah, I don't think she has a lot of health in this game. Except we got Luigi gonna be on the team. Yeah, Luigi. Basically, he's a sniper, so yeah, we just have to go right into him because he's so good. Mario's brother and fellow hero of the Mushroom Kingdom is crucial to defend the sparks from the relentless spark hunters. Luigi is instantly recognizable in his green hat and shirt. He's very kind and a huge role model for Rabbid Luigi, who truly recognizes him as number one, numero uno. Luigi is excellent with his sharp shooter. He relies on distance from his targets to deal with the highest single target damage of all our extravagant heroes. So he's most powerful for just doing one, for only hurting one person. With his unlockable double team jump skill and supreme mobility, he'll always find the perfect placement on the battleground. And with the enemies moving into his range, his steel stare will ensure we don't get close. So he has 3 abilities. He has his sharpshooter, which the farther away the enemy is, the more damage it will do, so that is amazing. He has a double team jump, so basically you can jump off one person and then jump off another person, very self-explanatory. And he has Steely Stare, which if someone is moving and goes into his range, which is a lot of range, they will get shot. So that is amazing. And he also has the most mobility out of, I think, everybody, which is also good because if you accidentally get close to an enemy and you want to get away, and that is good. Yeah, Luigi's definitely going to be on the team. Aquanox is the spark that's teamed up with him here. Basically, it just gives your hero the wet ability, and that basically just makes people push away. It's basically like bounce from the last game. And if you team Luigi up with him, I don't think I would use Aquanox with Luigi actually in the game. I'll basically just I think I'll use the Zap Spark. I don't know the name of it. Because he will shoot someone, it will do massive damage to that one person, because it's powered up and it's most one target damage, and the lightning will bounce off to other people, so it can still do damage to other people, and that is amazing. Or maybe the fire one, which would then make people run away and like give fire to other people, but probably the lightning. Next up we have Rosalina, and she's middle tier. She'll be alternating on and off on my team before Bowser, because I think Bowser comes in the 3rd or 4th world. But yeah, Rosalina knows the value of family and education, and when Curses threatens her friend Captain Orion, she joins the heroes despite her ennui. I don't know if I'm saying that right. She is highly intelligent, but does not always see the value in making any kind of effort. And yeah, with her Kaboomer, she can obliterate covers, and the Nui technique will help the team of heroes and get a well-deserved break as an enemies around her checkout. As she levels up, she can learn how to dash individual enemies in the stasis. That is really good, honestly. The Kaboomer weapon destroys covers and will go through covers, so I think she just pulls it out, she swings back and just like, it's basically like the Yoshi's attack, main attack in the first game, but it can destroy covers and then go through the cover to hit them. So I think every single shot, and it shoots a lot of attacks. I think every single shot has a percent of hitting, so if it's a 50% chance, it will, some attacks will hit the person, and some attacks will hit the wall, which then if it destroys the wall, if you do enough damage to the wall, it will break, and then all the other attacks will hit. So that's pretty good. She can also make people fall asleep, which is good. So she's kind of a first person and then last person attacker. She basically just goes up, destroys all the walls, maybe do a little bit of damage with a boomer. Then everyone else goes and like hits the people that she broke the walls for, and then she then goes last and then puts everyone to sleep so they don't get to attack, which is really good. And her dash actually makes people fall asleep too, which is really good once you level her up. The Ethering spark basically just makes you invisible, so any people that have the, like, I think it's called evil sight in the thing, basically won't be able to see her, and I don't think she could be targeted. I'm not sure though. Maybe just by explosions you can like get hit. Next up we have Peach. She will also be alternating on and off from the team. I think in the first world, I will have Luigi, Rabbid Luigi, and Peach on the team, which is spoiler because I was gonna get the Rabbid Luigi next. And Peach on the team, and then once the second world comes around, Peach and Rabbid Rosalina will switch on and off most of the time. And then once Bowser comes in, I think he will just be locked in, and then it will be Luigi, Rabbid Luigi, and Bowser. So let's just get into Peach. So the beloved princess of the Mushroom Kingdom joins the team of heroes to ensure the Sparks and all other galactic residents can live in safety and happiness, free from tyranny of Curse's evil forces. Her signature Pinterest is quite lovely and matches with fantastic Boombrella, which fires an enemy in a powerful cone attack. Her team barrier technique allows for a shield to allies when attacks, as does her unlockable barrier jump skill, and together they let her protect her friends when they need it most. That is also really good, as is Rabbid Peach. So yeah, they're kind of overpowered a little bit, but I don't think they do a lot of damage. Barrier, or team barrier technique, I believe from what I've seen, literally does zero, it makes everyone in your range take 0 damage when you get shot. So that is amazing when used on your team. That is if they take 0 damage, then that's really good. And then her barrier jump is basically team barrier, but she can jump. So whenever she jumps, she just makes everyone take 0 on her team take 0 damage. And that's really good. And then the thing she has here is Reflector. So basically, that if you take damage, then the damage is reflected back at the enemy, and that's really good. Yeah. Next up, we have Rabbid Luigi, gonna be on the team for probably all the game, because he's just really good. Let's just go over what he can do. Adorable doesn't mean defenseless. Rabbid Luigi may be naive, but yet will also always fight for his friends and do his best. He really looks up to Luigi, who is a great role model and the #1 hero. And his abilities translate disruptive. The enemies find him extremely annoying as he targets them from behind covers with his bouncing disruptor, or weakens them with his exhaust technique. That is good. The disruptor, I think, can target up to 5 enemies, which is really good. He's more of doing like things to multiple enemies, but not huge things. His disruptor can do a decent amount of damage to multiple, I think up to 5 enemies, and his exhaust technique will be able to make them do less damage, which is really good. And I dug deep and looked all over everything and looked for his skill tree, and he will be able to exhaust people while dashing, which is amazing. And then Toxic Quake is Rider he's teaming up with, which I don't think I will be teaming up him up with that Rabbid, that Spark, because you want to give character stats conditions when you can do that much damage to multiple enemies. So Shockwave will it basically just makes Shockwave, and I think it does like a lot. I think it does like 5 pulses, 4 pulses I think, of ooze, and it also gives them ooze status condition, which damage them over time. Last but not least, we have Mario. He's never gonna be on the team ever, except for when I like do character analysis or whatever. Because he's a melee character. I always hate melee characters, because melee, you have to get within 2 feet of someone to do damage. But yeah, his talented mandolin playing charmer will always be the first to charge enemy. His courage is only matched by his charm. Fearless brawler. He prefers being up close and personal to the enemy. Curses army better beware. Not they should beware, because like it's so bad. Mario has a pair of powerful gauntlets, the Dukes, and with the shockwaves they produce can even damage enemies hiding behind cover. His counter blow technique will trigger if any enemies dares to attack him. So yeah, you have to get in within a few feet to even do any of those things. But sure, he can attack through walls. You have to get actually next to the wall of the bad guy to even attack them, and by then there's probably guys using evil sight, so that you would have to move up to them. So yeah, I probably, if I were to give him you're able to give characters 2 sparks to fight in battles. So probably I would give him this one, the glitter, and also F-ring, so you could walk through. So yeah, that's probably a powerful combo. Glitter, basically just pulls people towards you like he can do in the last game, with kind of a downgrade on his, I guess he's such a melee character. Basically, if you team up with Glitter, they can pull bad guys towards you, and then you can just straight up and punch them in the face. So yeah, that is all the characters for the game, except for Rayman, which we know nothing about yet. Hopefully they actually come out with good DLCs besides the Rayman DLC. Hopefully they come out with a Bowser Jr. DLC, because that would be honestly amazing. And maybe he can team up with some rabid, like, Koopalings, like Rabid Lemmy. That would be crazy. Rabid Morton, you know, Rabid Larry, Rabid Roy, Rabid Roy, Rabid Roy. You know, that would be crazy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.